most of the time.
Got you. So what is something that irks you about the fashion world? What is something that you would like, God, you call me to be in this? What is something that you would love to change about it?
Um, I I would say I don't like the demonic side of fashion.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of brands that I do like, but like when I research them, because I'm a big researcher when it comes to clothes and everything. So like when I research them, like it has a total different like dark meaning behind it. And I'm like,
Oh
dang, I
wow.
can't wear. Even with the shoes, I be like, man, because there's one brand that I really, really do like, but I cannot wear his stuff. Just due
Oh
to,
really?
because yeah, that's another thing too. Like fashion is literally spiritual. Like that's how I look at it because a lot of people they'll put like their spin well, they'll be themselves over in the fashion. So if you're worshiping Satan, like you're gonna put that and you're gonna show that over in your fashion. If you're doing something
Wow.
for God, you're going to see that. So um yeah, I would say that's something that irks me because a lot of stuff that is like dark I like because I'm more so of like a black and red type of color person, but when I research it, it's like, dang, I can't wear. Like I'll just
Got
make
you.
my own stuff.
Got you. Do you feel like is it hard to create your own stuff? Like do you go to like the garment district and get fabric and cut and sew? Or do you do that or do you just find generic like clothes and put them together and make them your own?
I do both. I used to sew a lot a couple years back, but I haven't sewed in like a very long time. I used to like make my own pants and shirts and everything, but now it's more so like generic where I have like a manufacturer that makes everything for me and I just pay them to do it. But I do want to get more so back over to sewing and everything when it comes to my women's apparel line that I'm working on.
Got you, got you. And what do you feel like? Why do you feel like why do you feel like they are doing demonic stuff to clothes? Like what is that? Like what do you feel like these designers that are doing demonic stuff like do you feel like that when people put on them clothes that it can that spirit could attach to them or what are your thoughts about that?
Um, I would say yeah, honestly. Um, cause you are what you wear.
Wow.
Like literally. So I feel like if you're putting on that stuff, that is like you're literally asking for that spirit of whatever it is to be transpired over into you. And it even goes past just fashion. Like even with the makeup brands, like what certain secular artists have out that I even like, but it's like the Lord convicted me on that of like, no, you can't wear that. Even down to the perfume,
Wow.
because some people are like praying over their stuff or they're putting certain things over in that for those spirits to be attached to you, and you'll be wondering what's going on. And that's literally what it is. Cause that has happened to me in the past where I bought something, a clothing piece, and I don't know. Cause me, I have very, very strong discernment ever
Mhm.
since I was a child. So like once I started to get older and when it came to clothes, just buying different things, I ended up buying like a hoodie that had something on it and I didn't know that it was demonic, but every time I would go in my closet, like I would just sit there and look at it. Like I could feel it, like
Oh
literally feel it
wow.
out and look at it in the closet. And I was like, nah, something ain't right about this. And my mom is very discerning as well. And the Lord would give her dreams. And she ended up
Mm.
getting like a vision of that hoodie. And she was like, no, you need to throw that out. Like, I don't need that in my house. Like, you need to get rid of that ASAP. And another thing too, ever since I had the hoodie, like I started acting different. Like I promise
Wow.
you, and I just kept acting different. I'm like, bro, what is going on? Like I don't feel like praying or just doing certain things I would normally do. And when she told me that about that hoodie, I was like, man, like this stuff goes way deeper than what people think that it does.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I think people think that the supernatural isn't the supernatural. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people think like, man, you just tripping, Meezo, you tripping. You just it ain't that big of a deal. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes even for Christians, some Christians think like that too. Like somebody may be watching this and she or he may be like, man, that's not that deep. You know what I mean? But it is, honestly, it is. And as time drawing nigh, more and more wicked stuff, people are starting to do more and more wicked stuff crazy. And unfortunately, we just gotta be on discernment, you know what I mean? And it's not even just I remember back in the day people were just talking about the music and people putting spells over music, but the fact that you said people putting spells on their perfume or their cologne or their clothes that's crazy. That's really crazy.
Yeah, I be researching like everything because I'm
Yeah.
like, look, I ain't got. I'm like, it's already hard enough, like trying to deny your flesh every day, trying to really live for God, and it's like, bro, like me going to go buy something that's adding on even more so. Like, no,
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, what brand did you research that you didn't know it was something behind? Like I remember finding out Nike, because I like wearing Nikes. I found out it was the goddess of victory, and I was like, oh snap, that's crazy. You know what I mean? So
yeah, uh, yeah. So, Fenty Beauty was one of them by Rihanna.
got you.
I really did love her makeup brand, but the Lord was just showing me so much stuff that's like attached to her specifically. So I had to stop like even looking at her stuff. And then Rick Owens, I love like their shoes. I actually still have a pair. um, but his stuff is very demonic. Like he praises the devil if you was to
Oh
look it up.
wow.
So it yeah, and I really do love his brand, but yeah, it's like if you just was to just take out the time to look this stuff up, man, like you'll be mind blown. Cause man, I was mind blown about that.
Did that research, was it a hard research to do, or was it just like as soon as you type it in, you was like, oh, it's right there. You know what I mean?
No, it was right there. Like one of the articles he had about his brand, like he was telling just how he creates, and he was saying that like he worships Satan. Like this is
Wow.
a part of his brand, and that's a part of him, and he tends to like try to put that aspect over in his clothes or like over in his shoes, because that's mainly what I would buy, like the shoes aspect. I never bought any of his clothes, but yeah, I was like, man, that's crazy. Like the same way
Yeah.
us as believers will like put things over in our clothes with us being Christians. It's like, dang, like they're doing the same exact thing, you know?
Yeah.